Namaskara, you are with the South Indian show where I focus on main stories from the south of India. Get involved, please opinionate. Tell me what the problems are. Come, this is the only show that you will see across channels and portals which talks only and only about what is ailing in South India, what are we celebrating in South India, and what are we so proud of in the south of India. You know what, I am waiting for the day when one of you will come sit next to me, provided you deserve it. Today's story is coming from Karnataka and is becoming a huge political slugfest. You know, it cost BJP dearly during the elections the charge of 40% Sarkara, which actually has its genesis in a contractor called Santosh Patil, who in 2022 alleged that the then Rural Development Minister K. Shivakumar had harassed him for commissions to clear the bills for contracts that Santosh had implemented for the government in the previous year, that is 2021. Santosh Patil had also written letters to Prime Minister Modi and also other union ministers and had said very clearly in that letter, I am in great tension and I have huge pressure from creditors who have given me finance on interest. If the payment and work order is not given immediately, then I do not have any options for myself. Now, the contractor who claimed that he had been harassed for paybacks to build roads and had suffered huge losses, he also forewarned that Ishwarappa should be held responsible if something were to happen to him. Santosh's warning unfortunately came true when he was found dead under mysterious circumstances in a hotel in Udupi. Today, his family met with Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and said that they should do something quickly to kind of alleviate their pain. What you are seeing on the screen right now is Pay CM. Now, the Congress went to town during the run-up to elections and launched this particular campaign, Pay CM, alleging how the then BJP government is corrupt, of course Bommai also, and can be bought so easily for 40% commission. What has happened today is that history has repeated itself as it usually does. Now, yet again the ghost of commission is back, and this time to haunt the ruling Congress government in Karnataka. In the first week of August, about 500 Palike contractors wrote to President Draupadi Murmu seeking her permission for euthanasia, and that's very, very serious. The reason was the delay on the part of BBMP in making part payment of rupees 675 crores of the whopping 2,700 crores towards clearing bills. KT Manjunath, who happens to be president of BBMP Contractors Association, had said very clearly on 8th of August, for 2023-24, the Palike collected around 2,000 crores as tax. We request the Chief Commissioner to inform us about the reason for Palike not clearing the bills for works done by contractors for about 26 months. On the same day, the contractors held a press conference and announced their decision to stop all work, but actually they did not really name anybody for the delay in the release of the bills. But then the point is that the tempers were running very high. It angered a particular contractor called Hemant so much, and he made serious allegations against Deputy Chief Minister DK Shivakumar, but he did not name him. You know what Hemant said? He said, their children are opening malls. You don't think that our children live? Why are you afraid of making a statement against them? Let him come and promise in Ajayappa temple that he has not demanded money to clear our bills. This was seen very clearly by everybody to be targeting DK Shivakumar. Then came a clear-cut allegations against DK's, how he was allegedly demanding 10 to 15% commission to clear pending bills. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, what the Congress actually accused the BJP government of, it has come back to haunt them. Now, DKS is not somebody we all know to keep quiet, and he retorted quickly. I know who's behind sending the contractors to Delhi and making them address the media, but we, he meant the Congress government, are committed to giving justice to those contractors who have taken up the works and completed them honestly, he was telling reporters, adding that an inquiry has been ordered to look into the issue. Let them, meaning the contractors, prove the work they have done. Those who have done the work honestly, the government will ensure justice to them. So this is what DK Shivakumar said. Meanwhile, the Congress government has constituted 4 teams to look into the BBMP works taken in the city over the last 4 years. The contractors also approached ex-Chief Minister B.S. Yadurappa to help them tide over the crisis and even held a press conference today. Now it is becoming more than apparent that this is a complete political slugfest between the Congress and the BJP. When ex-Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai had commented that the contractors have approached Rahul Gandhi to intervene and solve the delayed payment problem, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah took to Twitter and said, here is what he had said, and I will read it out to you on the screen right now as to what Siddaramaiah said. He was very, very cutting. He was very, very sarcastic. And he said that if you want something to the effect that if you want Rahul Gandhi to intervene, we shall see to it that the problems of the contractors are solved sooner rather than later. He also, of course, commented on what ex-Revenue Minister R. Ashoka had said. But you know, in the press conference, a lot of comments were made. Let's listen in to few of them.
As far as my concern is that no BBMP contractor has made this allegation. Individual one I have received one Mr. Hemant has made a complaint and also he has withdrawn the allegation. Yesterday he has spoken to me, sir, nanigeno tension nallidde other I have got some tensions I have given after the word. Sorry sir. Please help me. He has asked me my help also. I said, you come to your office, we will discuss and we will take it. Anything will happen, I am the first class. Even if any congressman has taken a corruption charges, we will fight it that one. Congress is same, BJP is same, JDS is same. Whoever they are working against the contractors, we will fight for that.
BBMP Contractors Association. So let the case be investigated by the Lokayukta. The truth will come out. They have asked him to come and take a oath in front of the God or the Guru whom he believes. They have called openly. They have called him to come and take a oath there. And that is the demand of the Contractors Association. More so, they have requested the governor immediately to act upon this. So as a political party, as an opposition party, we are going to insist the governor and the government to immediately hand over this allegation to Lokayukta for a unbiased inquiry to be conducted against so that the truth will come out. And that minister, Deputy CM, and as well as the minister should be dismissed from the cabinet.
ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಒಂದು 15 ದಿನ ತಿಂಗಳು ಬೇಡವಾ 3-4 ವರ್ಷ ತಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ 3-4 years you have waited ಯಾಕೆ ಬಿಲ್ ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಬಿಲ್ ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಪಾಪ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ಗಳು ನ್ಯಾಯ ಕೊಡೋದು ಬೇಡ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಕೇಳೋದು ಬೇಡ ಇರ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಯಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಏನಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಕೆಲವು ರಾಜಕಾರಣಿಗಳು ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದವರು ಪಾಪ ತಮಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಬೇಕು ತಾವು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೇನು ಬೇಜಾರೇನಿಲ್ಲ ಡೆಮೋಕ್ರಸಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಜಾಪ್ರಭುತ್ವ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಆರೋಪ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಎಸ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಯಾರ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ನ MLA ಕೇಳಿದ್ನ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ನ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಟ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ನಮ್ಮ ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಗವರ್ನರ್ಗೂ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮೈಗೂರಿಗೂ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಶೋಕ್ಗೂ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿಗೂ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇನ್ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಬೇಜಾರಿಲ್ಲ. ಪಾಪ ಅವ್ರ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದವ್ರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳ್ದಿರಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತದ. ಬಟ್ ಯಾರು ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಯಾಕೆ ಬಿಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ
ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ is indulging in severe corruption in entire state and more so in BBMP. The Contractors Association has gone to governor and represented, and they tweeted to Rahul Gandhi also, and they have met us also. So we have taken up their cause. There is a deep corruption, open corruption going on. No payments have been done to the contractors for last 3 months, and they are making reasons of some inquiry. Let them do the inquiry. We are not stopping them. But everybody has not done this thing. So wherever there is fault, wherever there is, let them do inquiry and hang anybody. But genuine people who have worked for last 6 months, there is no payment. And I have released the payment when I was a Chief Minister, in the month of April, 650 crores I have released, and that has to be done. And BBMP has collected taxes in last 4 months. That has to be given to BBMP contractors. Without paying this, they are trying to make big this thing, and therefore I challenge the Rahul Gandhi, who says there is zero tolerance for corruption. If he doesn't get the payment done in 24 hours, that means High Command is also involved in corruption activity.
You know, I find it really startling that suddenly everyone is on the side of the contractors. They are saying, oh, let's pay the contractors, I have paid, I will not pay, I will only pay legitimate, money that is owed to them. No one is talking about delays that is caused to the common man because of this slugfest between contractors, their corruption, their nexus with politicians. Let's debate this. Nizam Faujdar, General Secretary and Spokesperson, KPCC, is joining us. T.S. Sankirt, who is the spokesperson for the BJP, is also joining us. And we shall also be joined by D. Kempanna, who is President of Karnataka State Contractors Association, and Sandeep Aniruddhan, who is convener of Citizens Agenda for Bengaluru. A very warm welcome to all of you. Namaskara. I just want to first of all go to the BJP spokesperson, T.S. Sankirt. Wonderful to have you on the show. I think I am meeting you for the first time. How are you, Mr. Sankirt?
Well, thank you. I am good. Regarding this allegation which has been made against the DK Shivakumar, the Honorable Deputy CM of Karnataka and the Bengaluru Urban Development Minister. So these kind of allegations is not new to Mr. DK Shivakumar. If you see his modus operandi,
Mr. Sankirt, I started this conversation by asking you how you were. I just want you to say that you are good, and I am so happy that you are good. Also Sankirt, if I may call you that, you must be much younger than me. On this show, we don't shout at all. Look at Nizam, he must be beaming now, and so is so is Sandeep. So we do a very, very decent debate. So, let's start.
So that's fine. I wanted to make
let me ask you, sir, and then perhaps you can take the floor. I want to ask you that, this whole 40% Sarkara, the very unfortunate death by suicide of Santosh Patil. I mean, today also their family, had met with Chief Minister, Mr. Siddaramaiah, for them to get justice. We all went through that. We did a lot of stories. We saw how the wife was coping, everything else. I mean, what has the BJP got a bee in its bonnet suddenly saying, oh, contractors, we should pay them, etc., etc. I want to ask you, if there is corruption now during the Congress dispensation, was there also corruption during your dispensation, Mr. Sankirt?
See, if there was corruption, if there was an allegation, or if there was a complaint that was filed during the BJP government's time, let them allegate it. They are in the government now, the Congress is in power now, let them investigate it thoroughly, let it investigated through a High Court, retired High Court Justice, or through Lokayukta. So we are open. So the BJP stand is very clear. Whoever is involved in corruption, they must be punished. That is the very clear stand of the Bharatiya Janata Party. But if you see Mr. DK Shivakumar, who is definitely famous for these kind of allegations, all those things, his modus operandi is very clear. Because if you go another decade back, when the Congress was in power, they sanctioned the NH 209, the Kanakpura to the Dindigul highway. If you see that contractor also, Mr. DK Shivakumar threatened and pressurized him very much, so that all those raw materials and the subwork should be given to his followers. So that intent and went him to cause of suicide by the contractor. So till date, the NH 209 has been not taken up. Still it is in pending because due to the DK Shivakumar. So
Mr.
this is
Sankirt,
again repeated by DK Shivakumar.
Yeah. Mr. Sankirt, I am asking you, you have not answered. I said, if there is corruption now, you say DK Shivakumar is infamous, according to you, allegedly for these corruption charges, sir. So if there is corruption now, are you in a way accepting that there was corruption even during BJP's time? You remember the 40% commission allegation, and also the unfortunate death of young Santosh Patil and the subsequent resignation of Mr. Ishwarappa. So there was, because they were going blue in the face saying, oh, notice has been sent, we don't expect, who's written this notice. So there was no corruption during that time. Sir, suddenly there is corruption, huh?
Let me be very clear on that point. If there was corruption, I totally disagree that there was no corruption in BJP's tenure. If there was any corruption, the Congress is in power. Let them investigate it thoroughly. Let them come to a conclusion. Because
Sir, what is this,
the
sir?
40%
Why
and
should
the
they
BCM
investigate?
both
I'm
were
saying
baseless allegation.
no, you
They
lost the
couldn't- they
election,
couldn't
sir.
submit
One of
even
the
a
planks
single
of losing
document.
elections was corruption, Mr. Sankeet. You have to look back. And also, why did Mr. Ishwarappa resign? Such a tall leader, someone who started his career with Yadurappa ji, he resigned. So it's very clear that, you took that corruption charge very, very seriously. Nizam Faujdar, in this entire whatever is going on, what I really is that there is arrogance, there is hubris in the way Mr. DK Shivakumar is saying, go whoever you want to go to, I will only pay bills which are actually ratified and validated, I am not going to pay bills which are not ratified. What is with that attitude? What is it? And then he's, there are charges against him. Instead of standing there and said, okay, prove it, he's just kind of, retorting like a very, very immature politician, sir.
Sudha, I hope you're doing well.
Thank you, Nizam. Yes.
Yes, you didn't ask me how you're doing. I would extend my gratitude to you. The whole election in the last 4 or 5 years, the way the government was run, from 225 lakh crores of debt to about 5.5 lakh crores of debt, which is about 3 lakhs. It means 1 lakh of crores every year. These things have caused a lot of turmoil within the ecosystem of the finances within the government. Now, when there is an allegation saying that the payment of the bills have not been done for the last 26 months, who was in power in the last 26 months? We have just come in now, 2.5 months. Now it's 90 days, nearly 90 days. The question of the whole, this allegation is that, now these people have taken those commissions from the so-called people that they are pressurizing.
Right.
Now, why is BJP so hell-bent that the payment needs to be done now? It's a dialogue between the government. It's a dialogue between the government and the contractors. If the dialogue is between the two parties, where is the BJP trying to come in and push itself?
It's called
My
politics.
question number one. Mr. Ashoka says, from 40% it has come down to 15%.
Right.
What an amazing way to confess that the BJP government in Karnataka was taking nearly 40%, and he has proved it right. Now they have taken that 40%, and they need to do justice to those contractors who have paid. Now we are not saying we will not pay. We are saying we will make the payments appropriately, post a small revalidation and validation of the process. If that is causing a little delay, we regret that delay. We regret that little inconvenience it is causing.
All right.
But at the end of the day, my question to the BJP friends is, they are saying DK Shivakumar was involved in one of the cases that he was referring to. In the last 3.5 years, what were they doing? Why didn't they investigate? Why didn't they even talk about it?
So this is exactly.
Today they come in front of your channel.
So
they come in front of you and
this
say
is,
that this is
So see,
infamous.
how are you different, Nizam Faujdar? Sankeet said the same thing. You are saying the same thing. Whereas the contractors, and therefore let me bring Mr. Kempanna, who is president of Karnataka State Contractors Association. Mr. Kempanna, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Kempanna, in this whole political slugfest, 40% Sarkara, 10% all this. The thing is that what do you want now? You have stopped work. What do you expect? Do you think you will get any kind of a solution out of this?
Our request is only to get the payments because we have completed the work. And from last 3 years we are fighting for that also. And of course earlier we made as a 40%. Corruption is there in this one, Karnataka, regarding the public works and other things. And that was the matter. And we have requested then government also to appoint a committee, High Court or Supreme Court retired judges, and we are going to submit all the documents and all. That was. Now, after changing of the government, we want payment has not given from last 5 months. We are requesting him to release the payment because contracts, they have lost banks, their MD, their and OD and all, they have withdrawn, and even machineries impounded by the authorities. And
Right.
a lot of
Kempanna
and
sir,
even people.
Kempanna
tell
sir,
me,
one of the contractors called Hemant, he made an allegation against DK Shivakumar that he is also, looking for money for allegedly, So, I mean, is that what the contractors are thinking, that even the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka is wanting money in order for him to release payment which is pending of the contractors, sir?
it is obviously false, because yesterday I spoken to that contractor, and he is, because of his tension, there he has family problems and all other things, he has uttered the words, but I am going to withdraw and all, he was telling. And as far as my knowledge is concerned, no contractor has given any complaints about the corruption and all. If anybody is given the corruption, this one we are ready to fight for that also. Either a Congress is there, BJP is there, or JDS, whoever made an allegation, we are ready to fight for that.
Mr. Kempanna, I will request you to please stay, sir. Thank you so much for joining us, because I am going to also focus on the kind of problems that the contractors are facing. Sandeep, do come in here, and I have a question. You represent the common people, as it were. You represent all the Bangaloreans, I mean, you don't belong to a political party. The thing is, in all this slugfest, what happens to all the unfinished work which is going on, and how do the contractors, in a way, because you and I were talking that after all the contractors must be working on a cyclical payment thing, no? That 3 months here, then you take up the new work, wait for the previous payment when that comes, and in the meanwhile they are paying out of their pockets. It seems to be a very, very sad situation for the contractors. Sandeep Aniruddhan.
Hello Sudha, thanks for having me.
Well,
So the primary concern I have right now, this government suddenly stopping all payments is affecting one crucial part, that is maintenance. Right now, the monthly budgets for maintenance are also not available. If there is a pothole in the road, if you call up the engineer today, he says we don't have funds now, there are no funds coming, we can't even fix potholes. Now this is dangerous. We don't mind the large projects, new projects and everything else being held up. But the government should at least think about what is essential. Let them at least make an alternative for funds being made available for maintenance, road fixing, pothole fixing, or any other such minor things which need day-to-day fixing. Those should not be held up. And then I'll come to the issue you were referring to. Yeah, see, we know most BBMP contractors who work in our ward. They say that typically their payments are pending for 2, 3, sometimes 4 years.
my
So
God.
what they tend to do is they work in cycles. So while they are waiting for payments, they take up new projects. Slowly payments from the old projects come, then they execute new projects. The dilemma is this: I think they are like caught in a vicious cycle. They can't get out of it.
Right.
Well, let's take it as a fact that it's given that corruption exists, because by some estimates in Bengaluru the political economy is larger than the actual real economy. What it means is there are these huge amounts of money being swindled out of public involving politicians, brokers, middlemen and contractors, consultants.
Yeah.
This is a vicious cycle, which is why in Bengaluru there is no planning. You get these
I'll come to that. So
Yes.
you've laid, I mean, I'll come to that. Sankirt, I want to come to you. Sankirt, you heard what Kempanna sir said. They said basically he wants the problem solved. How do you solve the problem is by making the payments, as it were, right? How do you, without indulging in politics, okay, DK Shivakumar corrupt, all that, if allegedly he is corrupt, and even now he's asking allegedly for for kickbacks, let the law take its own course. How do you think this problem will be solved? Because let's not forget, it was during the BJP government that a young contractor decided to put an end to his life.
See, during the BJP's tenure, if you see in the month of March also, the Basuraj Bommai, the Chief Minister, and also the Urban Development Minister for Bangalore released 650 crores of contractors' money, so which was pending for almost like 24 months. So why doesn't the Congress usually when you see after the budget the payments are released within the month of in the first week of June. Now we are in August. Why are the payments still released? If there is any discrepancies in the contract that has been done in the period of the BJP, let them make a thorough investigation. See, what they are trying to inspect is the works which have been done 4 years back. So technically, they are trying to form an SIT. Okay, all those things we are open. Let them form an SIT. Let them make thorough investigation. Everything is there. There may be one or two corrupt contractors and corrupt officials. So putting the bar on all those contractors is definitely a very wrong thing.
All right.
And
I think,
definitely
yeah.
DK Shivakumar is famous for these kind of things,
All right.
threatening, terrorizing, and also leading abetment to suicide is also Mr. DK Shivakumar is famous
What
for.
are you saying,
so
Sanket?
these kind of things definitely should be avoided. And
No,
Mr. DK
let's avoid.
and
No,
there
no,
is also a rumor.
let's not run away with our words. You know, that's a very
And
serious
and
allegation that you've made about the Deputy Chief Minister. Please, let's like kind of hold our horses here. This is not a show where we are. Elections are over, Sanket. It's over. Next time when it happens, maybe. And this kind of allegations not on my show. I hope you will understand, sir. It's a request. Nizam, you heard Mr. Kempenna, what Mr. Kempenna said. How much time are you going to take to release at least part of the 2,700 crores or whatever the amount is, at least 650 crores, 800 crores. You have to give a time limit. No, you can't say, no, we'll do it. When will you do it?
Sudha, I think we are taking serious cognizance of this delay in the payment of the contractors because they have taken, it's a trust between the contractors and the government, and they do the work without even taking an advance. I really appreciate that kind of a trust between the two parties. We understand the government where Mr. Siddaramaiah is heading and DK Shivakumar, who is the head of our Bangalore, division, and he's taking cognizance of it, and we are very close to making those decisions that in an interim level how we can help the contractors clear certain amount of payments, and we will go ahead with that. It's not that we are saying we will deny and we will choke them to bankruptcy. No, we will not let that happen because they are the partners in building the infrastructure for the state as well as in the various levels of the country. I am only saying that there has been a lot of work that has not been done and the bills have been clear. And so we are sorting out a certain amount of issues within the system.
Right.
It is not against any contractor. I assure Mr. Kempenna that we are with them. We will stand by the people who are building the nation and the state for us, and we will help them out. It's not that. But on a larger level, there are a lot of places where BJP government, when it was in the last tenure,
the thing is, why don't you disperse? No, Nizam, why don't you pay for work done satisfactorily? Let's not forget work about which has not been done, BJP, JDS. No, it's just the contractors. Like Sandeep said, the maintenance work is getting impacted. No, forget about what the BJP did. You are in power now. You should see to it that, you don't kind of put the Bangaloreans to trouble.
Sudhaji, we are understanding these issues. The state needs, especially Bangalore city needs maintenance on a daily level. I understand that, and I understand the pain that Sandeep may be having because a certain delay is happening. We are on a very close levels of sorting out and categorizing these projects and the works that have been done, and these specific issues will be taken care of. In where investigation needs to be done, investigation will be done. Where the payment has to be done, the payment will be done.
Yeah, if I were a contractor, today, you are making me very nervous. I'll come back to you, Nizam.
No.
Mr. Kempenna.
No, I'm saying there is no dearth of the payment. I mean, the funds for any of the projects.
Okay.
There are enough funds. There's enough money in the state.
Great.
We will make those payments.
Fine.
But there are certain areas which need to be categorized, and we will make sure those are kept at hold because they have been paid
Kempenna,
without
sir.
doing the work.
Mr. Kempenna, can you hear me, sir? Mr. Kempenna, now you've stopped work. You heard what the Congress spokesperson and very senior leader Nizam Faujdar said. He said we will pay, but we have to investigate. We have to investigate. Sir, hear me out. He says for work which was not completed, which may have happened during BJP regime, all that they will take. Basically do a kind of, what all work done, tick mark, not done, cross, tick, cross. You've stopped work. How do you see the way out, sir? So those contractors who did not complete work, are you okay with this? Are you okay with?
No, all the works was executed and approved by the concerned officers, and the bill was brought before the authority. That bill they have to clear the first, because it is not. And if any malpractices is, let them inquire, and this one, let them take action against them. Oh, the people are selling a lot of without work, they have taken the money. How did you allow your officer to do that one? Have you taken any action to your officer who has done mingled with the contractors? They have not, so far they have not taken any action against the officers who have indulged in such activities.
Right. You are absolutely right. Absolutely right, Mr. Kempenna. He says, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Look at this. That's what I mean. He says, if there was kind of no work was done, go ask the officers, what have you done? Have you started an investigation? You ask the BJP government, they are no more in power. The Congress says we will do it. In all this, the contractors are going to sit there, like Sandeep said, and keep, cycling their payments. Mr. Kempenna, what is going to be your now next forward movement, sir? You have stopped all work. So what are you now looking at? Because see, there were a few contractors who said euthanasia, which is very serious. I hope no one does this. Then you've stopped work. You've done press conference. What is the way out now? Mr. Kempenna?
Tell me, madam.
Hello? Sir, what is the way out now? Because you've stopped work, sir. So what is the way out now? What are you looking at?
No, I request the authority to release the amount, and because contractor is facing a lot of problems, they could not pay the monthly installment for the loans and other things. Already banks has OD, they have stopped, and some of the machineries was impounded by the authorities also. That's why we are requesting.
No, but how long? How long will you wait, sir? Is there a time frame that you will wait till now? Tell me.
Yes. No, that's why Karnataka State Contractors Association has got a biggest organization in the Karnataka. And executive committee of this Karnataka next week we have sit and decided what we have to do and what type of action to. And as far as the corruption there, so far we have not received any corruption charges from any contractor or anything after this government has come. That I wanted to clarify. But I am requesting the Deputy Chief Minister and Chief Minister, you are giving a lot of bhagyas. Give me the contractors bhagya also. It's our own money.
What
not given.
Mr. Kempenna, I hear you.
Please.
Yeah, Mr. Kempenna says that, he's appealing to the Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister that you have given the people of Karnataka those 5 guarantees, Annabhagya, Griha Lakshmi, Griha Jyoti, so many things. He says, give us contractors bhagya. He is only looking for money. I am going to go to Sandeep, but before that I am going to ask Mr. Kempenna one more question. Mr. Kempenna, we have heard time and again there is a lot of corruption between BBMP officials allegedly and the contractors. What do you do? I mean, the kind of the image is also very bad. Do you think that has really impacted the contractors?
Yes, certainly, madam, because that's the reason we have made a 40% expenditure was that in the previous government, and 40% corruption count we have made. And we are given the points also, reason how the money is going and all. We have detailed, we have given to the Prime Minister also at that time. Then Chief Minister also, we have this
Right.
one. I requested the then Chief Minister to constitute the judicial inquiry, but they have not taken any action, because now they are making all allegations. I have belongs to the Congress party, I have this one. I have not belongs to the any party. We belongs to the contractor party. We want only money, that's all.
Yeah, this
And
is very,
if it is
very
bad,
sad.
Bad work was done by a contractor, take an action. Before that, I'll ask him,
Absolutely.
how many actions you have taken against the officer who is
Mr.
held
Kempenna is
responsible?
appealing. He's saying he doesn't belong to any political party. Sandeep, quickly, completely, run out of time. This is the saddest, one of the saddest appeals I have ever heard. I mean, don't you think that they need to now sit across the table instead of a deputy chief minister losing his shirt? I mean, I'm sorry, but that's not the, a mature politician does not behave like that. I think they need to come, amne samne, like we say in Hindi, and talk it out. What do you think, Sandeep, Aniruddhan?
Our real concern is how we fix the system, because let's face it, corruption is institutionalized. It's not something that is happening today or started yesterday. It has been going on for decades. Every party that has been in power has indulged in it. And it has got institutionalized in a way that everybody does it. So how do we fix it? Congress has come to power claiming they will get rid of corruption. So what should the Congress do first? How do you prevent corruption? There is only one way: transparency. The BBMP website can display every single contract detail, billing, work order, payment schedules.
So basically, you're saying they need to be transparent. Yeah, come on.
Fully transparent. Every citizen can see it. Then corruption will run away by itself. You don't have to do anything. Now the point is, if the intent of Congress is to get rid of corruption, they will create transparency. The less transparency there is, there will be more corruption.
Exactly, but but these are, I know, these are very idealistic situations, and I'm sorry, I agree with you, but I think this is very idealistic. I think the appeal is, no, it is idealistic. Come on, I mean, you're talking about some principles which have gone out of the window decades ago. No one is going to create transparency because everyone has an axe to grind and monies are to be made. All I'm saying is, Sankirtan, Sankirth, I hope you will agree with me that this government needs to sit with the contractors and solve the problem ASAP.
See, the BBMP has collected more than 2,000 crores of tax money, which is
right.
definitely due to the contractors who are right now protesting. So at least that kind of a part payment has to be released. You have to sit with the contractor, you have to go hand in glove with them, just take it them in a good notion, and you have to proceed. Because without contractors, we cannot definitely invest and do a brand Bengaluru infrastructure development. So this is the kind of the approach DK Shivakumar has to take. His arrogancy must be cut down and he should take a different approach. I think brand Bengaluru is only buying malls and buying lands like DK Shivakumar. I don't see a clear image or a clear view of proper brand Bengaluru. Brand Bengaluru.
I have 2 minutes left and I will give it to Nizam. You are right absolutely about brand Bengaluru. Nizam, if brand Bengaluru is the favorite kind of project of DK Shivakumar, I think in a day or two, I think you need to sit with the contractors. You heard Mr. Kempenna and solve the problem, sir.
Sudha, I think this whole issue is not as big as it looks. But yes, our empathies are with the contractors, and we will make sure that these contractors are paid for the work that they have done. There's no dispute, and I'm sure there will be no delay in the coming days. My only issue is with the way the BJP is behaving in this whole issue, and trying to play this chor machaye shor kind of an attitude. कि चीफ मिनिस्टर से लेके अशोक से लेके अश्वत्थ नारायण लेके इन्होंने इतना पैसा चोरी कर लिया है, अभी इतना शोर मचा रहे हैं कि ये कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स का पैसा मिल जाए, अपना हाथ धो के ये भाग जाए. हम चाहते हैं, वी वांट this government to make sure we have zero tolerance towards corruption. We will make sure
All
the
right.
payments of these contractors will be made at the earliest without any delay.
That's a
and
good-
this is
that's
the
a good
assurance to
note.
Mr. Kempanna and the entire team of the contractors. This is the assurance from the Congress party and from a very tall leader like DK Shivakumar and the CM's Dramaji. And this is an assurance that I'm giving you on the air as an official spokesperson. Yes, there are certain issues that we need to take care of. We need to investigate. We will investigate and we will punish those corrupt people who have indulged in 40% commission. Thank you so much, Sudha.
Thank you all for joining us. And Mr. Kempanna, special thank you to you, sir, that you could join us on this broadcast. And like Nizam Faujdar said, that the Congress party gives you an assurance that your problems will be solved very, very soon. Thank you indeed. Our next story is from Tamil Nadu, and this is about my take. You know, to change is the only constant, and it's reflected clearly over the years in Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, that is DMK's ideology. A party which was founded on the principles espoused by Thandai Periyar, who cancelled any form of worship and even went to lengths deriding Hindu gods like Vinayaka. It went a slight shift when C.N. Annadurai took over and he said, one humanity, one God. Now, when Periyar spoke about breaking Ganesha idols, Annadurai was very circumspect and said, I neither break idols nor do I break coconuts. Very cleverly said. Then came Muthuvel Karunanidhi, who was even more careful, and while keeping his distance from any form of organized religion or religious rituals, and of course all of them mainly being about Hinduism, he respected the right to worship of all. There is no doubt. He said, you go worship, maybe I don't want to. But you know what? The DMK goes on and on that it stands for rationality, Samuttavam, social justice and equality, and bases its ideology on anti-Brahmanism, a community they think are largely, hugely, unfairly casteist. As they happen to be, of course, the priestly class, the Brahmins, and hence, you know, they are seen as the mediators between man and God. You shall seldom find any DMK leader going to temples unless officiating in his or her official capacity. Please note, before everyone jumps onto me, I am saying seldom and not always. But then Durga Stalin, wife of Mukha Stalin and mother of Udayanidhi Stalin, is someone who is overtly religious and is a confirmed devotee of several gods. She recently visited the Guruvayur temple along with her sister Jayanti and also other close relatives on Thursday morning and presented a golden crown to the temple. Look at that picture. That's the golden crown. The offering, of course, is the 32 sovereign gold, which is around 0.256 kilograms jewelry, roughly valued at 14 lakhs. Additionally, Durga Stalin also donated a specially crafted machine for grinding sandalwood in the temple, a contribution which is apparently worth more than 2 lakh rupees. You know what? Even as the DMK does not spare any form of overt worship and jumps at people calling them Sanghis every time you talk about a particular deity or going regularly to temples or what they see as being very, very ritualistic, maybe the prayers of Durga Stalin will see them through next elections in Tamil Nadu. Up next, 8 Marathi films on Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj have hit theatres in the last 3 years. Another 12 are in the pipeline. Wow! 125 crores are at stake. Biopics are the flavour of the year thanks to the political mood, commerce and the filmmakers' herd mentality, or maybe it is just lucrative to tell a story of a particular personality. Watch News 99, the documentary.
With all this gear, you must be wondering if I'm climbing a mountain. Well, let me give you a wider look of this place. This is Asia's largest mountain of shame.